Good morning, listeners. Once again, we are here on Swavis Radio for our podcast of the manager's clinic. This is the second episode that we're going to be taking you through. The previous episode, that is last week on Saturday, 10 a.m., we looked at the anatomy of the manager. And again, in the studio today, I have with me my very, very good comrade, a management consultant called Patrick. Patrick, just let us know who you are and what you do and what is your passion.
Thank you again, John, and welcome everyone who is listening to us or watching us, depending on where you are, on the YouTube or listening to the podcast right now happening in the studio of Swavis. I want to thank Swavis for getting us this time as well to come and share what we've learned over the years, to make this life much better for the working people as well. Patrick is a married man. Patrick is a person of one wife. Patrick is a person of 4 children, beautiful kids, boys and girls. You've seen equality. For us, we are equal. 2 boys, 2 girls.
2 boys, 2 girls. Okay.
Right, so that's Patrick. Patrick is
take
a
that,
management
yeah.
consultant. Patrick is the founder of the Manager Resource Center that does a lot of management-related services that helps people to move them to distinction, so that they can manage with distinction. Patrick is also a sports guy. He loves sports. He loves training children so that they exhibit.
Which sports is that? Any particular
We're
sport,
talking
Patrick?
of soccer, we're talking of
Soccer.
netball, but we're talking of all kind of soccer. I mean, sports,
sports.
both
Okay.
indoor and outdoor. That's something that I want. I love people to want the children to exhibit I'm nurturing actually their talents with the others for the future. Okay.
All right.
So that's some of the things that I do. With the Manager Resource Center, we provide management services. We provide institutional and organizational services. We
Okay.
also provide human resource development services.
All right.
We also do publication services as well.
Publications. You've produced some books.
I've done books. I've do write every week. I actually do write every week. I'm churning out in my LinkedIn page newsletter called The Manager. I do churn out a lot of writing every week.
Okay.
On the basis, but I also have, excuse me, I have a book called Conversations of Managers.
Yes, I've seen that.
That talks about real life scenarios that people go through at their workplaces. You should better get that book so that you walk this journey on a daily basis.
Okay.
But you can get in touch with us so that you're able to get that book. Yes, so practically that's Patrick.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Patrick, for giving a very elaborate brief about yourself. So again, for the new listeners, this is the Manager's Clinic. Patrick, what is the Manager's Clinic? What is this podcast, the Manager's Clinic, about?
When someone hears the word clinic, means that you're going to seek some medical services, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're looking for treatment. You're looking for not only treatment, but you're also trying to make sure that you're assessing yourself whether you're okay. Because not everyone that goes to the to the clinic or to the hospital is sick, isn't it? Some want to find out whether they are, whether their health is okay, but without even showing the signs that they're okay. So the manager's clinic came up because of 1, there are people. 2, there's a team.
People, team,
and then the organization.
That's the 3 tier.
The 3 tiers,
Okay.
yes. Now, each of them have issues. They are sick for the functioning of each other. Because people
So things are not going on well among the 3.
The 3.
Okay.
And that's why you see our services. If you had,
So
if
the
you
services
saw,
are there to address
tailored
what is
to
going
address
wrong
address
and
those
what can
three,
be brought on board.
those tires. Yes,
Okay.
they're addressed in. So as the manager resource center, we came up with passing on our information,
Yeah.
passing on our experiences,
Yeah.
passing on our knowledge to the people through the managers clinic, which we thank Service for taking us on, to giving us this space that we can actually share to the rest of the people, so that they can walk the journey of management with distinction wherever they are. So the whole essence is for us to share with you the best practices that we've gone through, to share with you things that work. Okay?
Things that work.
And we are not in for theory.
We are ready
in
to
for
listen to the things that work.
real things that work,
Okay.
that you can just get and run with them. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. And we're ready to understand those things that don't work and how they can actually work. So today's episode for those listening in is episode number 2. And episode number 2, we are addressing how does one become a manager? What is the pathway to becoming a manager? How can I work towards becoming a manager? So that is what we shall be addressing. We want to understand, Patrick, is management just a staircase you climb and become a manager? Then there's this famous thing: are leaders born? Are they made? Break down how one can become a manager. What is the pathway?
You see, leaders, everyone is born. Even a manager is born. Okay?
Yes.
Others are made. But if you look biologically, everyone is born.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everyone is
born.
That's
the first principle.
Yeah. Everyone is
born.
Yeah. The other thing why they'll say are managers born or leaders born is the way it comes naturally or simply at ease with people. There's some people that you just look at them and say, wow.
Which give us examples. We also want to say, wow. Like what examples do we have? World-renowned people who are just wow. Yeah.
If you look at people like Nelson Mandela,
yeah,
he easily connected with everyone. He was empathetic with people. I think you've heard of one of the stories that he went with a driver to meet this person. Now, when he reached there, the driver had remained in the car. So he reached and they were giving him tea, and he told them, you know what, can you please go and call for me my colleague?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they called him like, who? The driver, like, yes, that's my colleague. Can we serve him tea as well? And we sit together with him. Okay. Because he's also part of this meeting. Okay. And then they sat together. Now that showed that, one, he loves people. Okay. And those are some of the qualities that naturally a manager or a leader is supposed to be having. Okay. You're central, you're empathetic, you're people-centered. Okay. And those are some of the things. But if it does not come naturally to you, you can be taught.
So you can,
and that's why
you
they
can
say
be trained to become a leader.
Yes, you're
if it's
trained
not as natural.
Yes, you're trained to become a leader, and that's why you are. They say you're made. Is it a leader is made or not? So you've taken through those skills that is actually going to make you become the leader or the manager that you. But you can only become a manager or a leader if you actually put them into practice.
Yeah.
I can train you and you don't put them into practice. Have I done anything? No.
Not really. So then what is the pathway for me who may not be natural, or again I may be natural and possibly I do not know? So what are those steps that I can go through or a leader goes through to become a manager? I'm looking at an ordinary person. He wants to become a manager, or maybe, what's that process?
Yeah. Now, as I said, as the manager resource center, and because you're into the business of building a manager, of making a manager distinctive in their work, just to exhibit management with distinction in their work. We've come up with a simple pathway for us, which works, has worked for us, because we've moved it. Some of us, we've moved it, and we think that it's some blueprint that you can actually use. And
is it a process you're teaching, or it's something that can help any listener out there become what they want to become?
It's one of the things that we teach you, but also you can also apply it if you want. But if you really need nitty-gritty depth in how you can move from one to the other, you can get to us. But it's something that you can.
Okay.
Yeah. Now
let's
the first
jump
step
into
is
it and see.
the first step is, are you interested? The first step is interest
in being a manager. What does interest look like?
What's your motivation for you to be a manager?
Okay.
Are you looking at, maybe John is the manager, he has a corner office, okay? Things are brought for him on the table, tea is brought for him, you know, he's the one who gets the best
the
seat
good things
in the car,
about managers.
Okay. You know, when they're serving, is the first person to be served. Okay.
Yeah.
The question is, what is motivating you to be?
If they have a parking, they have a specific.
He's not going to come and hustle. You know what? Where's my parking? Where is everyone in this place? You know, your parking is what?
Reserved.
Okay. And they'll even put on a reserved for the manager. Okay. So the thing is,
interest is what is then motivating you to become a manager. So the interest has to come first.
It has to come first. Okay. But some people may not have the interest.
There's a time we wanted to promote an employee and was supposed to take him to a very big area as a manager, and they said, no. He's very comfortable being where he is. So that person didn't have interest.
They don't have. Okay. Because the hassle of being a manager,
some can't handle. Being a manager.
Some can't handle.
Okay.
Some can't handle. But other people are get interested in being a manager because of the observations that they see. They've seen how people have been managing them. Personally, I've seen how people were managing me. I've gone through managers who were good and managers who were terrible. Okay.
So they observe the poor traits, you observe the or the positive traits, and determine whether they're interested.
And then you say, you know what, I think I need to make a difference. Okay. So that comes with the interest, because how are you going to start making a difference? Now, the people that have such kinds of mindset are the ones that may just get the best kind of manager. So the second step, you decide. Okay.
So once you have the interest, you then decide.
Yes.
Well, decide. How do you decide?
Decide. Now, you'll understand what are the qualities of a manager. Right?
Yeah.
What are the qualities of a manager? So you decide. Will I be able to live those qualities of a manager?
So in deciding, you re-examine what the qualities are.
Yes. What are their behaviors?
And whether you will be able to match up.
Yes. What are their behaviors?
Yeah.
How do they work with others? Time management. Will I be able to manage the time? You know, managers are, they want things to be done their way. So decide to be a manager. Start doing some of the things. Volunteer. Okay? Volunteer. Teach others. Okay?
Read
your skills.
And teach.
Teach them. Take up some of the tasks.
Okay.
Like writing reports. Write it on behalf of the team. Take minutes for the team. You're having a meeting, take and volunteer. Take the minutes.
So qualities start to manifest.
Starts to manifest. When you start to build those qualities, people are going to start looking at you.
When they ask who has a question to ask, you ask.
You ask.
Whether you have
you ask. Okay? Now, that is the second step.
Yeah.
Now, the third step is you've decided. The first one, you've shown interest. The second, you've decided. And now you're trying to do things to get there. Okay? Now, the third step is get a coach.
Okay.
Get a coach. Okay. The coach knows the roles and the responsibilities of the manager.
So what will the coach do?
So the coach...
What's the coach? What's the role of the coach in this process?
Because the coach is technical.
Yeah.
Expert. They're going to take you through some of the qualities and the traits and the functions that you need to develop and give you the knowledge and the skills for you to go to walk that journey. So get a coach. Okay. Now, when you've gotten the coach,
Me, the chair. The coach.
So when you've gotten the coach also will act as an accountability partner for you. Okay? Will be following up. Hey, are we moving towards our progress? Okay, are you moving the journey or you're not moving the journey? So the coach is going to be part of that process for you that you fall back
So
to.
does the company get me the coach, or it's my own initiative? I
do get
take
your
my own initiative, get my own coach.
Get your coach because it's you. It is you. Unless when the company is trying to take you that direction, that would be a plus. But not every employer is going to start doing that because they are looking at the expenses of getting a coach to, okay? So you better do that when you're free. There are lots of it that you can.
And by just a note, on any coach who calls himself a coach should really be in the management arena, should be on the website of the International Coaching Federation.
That's why we have already some
Just-
in-house already.
just
So you
some
just get to us
information.
and then you start the journey.
Yes.
Okay.
So we are looking at the interest, then you
Okay.
decide, then you
Get a coach,
to
okay.
take you through a number
Yes.
of aspects.
Then the manager readiness.
Manager readiness. What does that entail?
Do you have the required qualifications?
Okay, qualifications. Okay.
Do you have the required qualifications? I remember some time back, being a manager, you just needed a certificate. Those days, being a manager, you just needed a diploma.
Yeah.
I remember when I just started working, one of our manager was a diploma holder, and she was okay with it. Right?
That was the standard.
That was the standard.
Yeah.
But now, actually, when you're having a degree, it's almost, yeah. I think degrees are now becoming almost, because managers are now getting masters. Others are even PhDs now. So don't be surprised. So you make sure that you're within the rhyme. Then the other thing is professional certification. Okay, do you have some of those certifications? They're the ones that are going to take you to the next level. You know.
So if I'm in the field of say accounts, I should ideally be pursuing an ACCA or a CPA.
You should. Okay. Because it has that.
Okay.
I did like bulletproof managers course, you know. So you need to certify some of these, have some certification, you know, that are very vital. So when you ask this, you're throwing there, you're giving it there, you're showing it there, you know. But as you're also doing that, the experiences you've been gaining along the way, document them, because they're going to ask you, what experience are you going to bring on board as your manager, you know? So you go. So
you document some of the achievements, some of the experiences,
how you've worked with people, okay, how you've led the project.
And also on top of the certifications, I've also seen a number of organizations want managers to be part of associations.
Yeah.
For example, the Human Resource Association, the Association of Business Development Professionals.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
so it's better when you're in the networks. It's better because you learn a lot of it. Then the fifth step, as the manager, the fifth one for us, let's go for it. Go for it, man.
Go for it. Because you seem to be ready.
You're ready.
The pathway, so go for it.
Go for it. Just go for it. Apply for that job. Express your interest, you know. Talk to your manager. I need that position. I need it. I'm ready for it. I need it. Okay? Yeah. Go for it. Go for it. Get a person who can talk for you in the boardroom. Get a person. Do you have a person that can talk to you in that room that you're not in, and yet they're making the decisions?
I can talk for you in the room.
Okay. Yeah. Can they?
Someone who should be able to say in the boardroom, Patrick is the guy. Patrick will be able to do it.
You know, some time back, I had one of the managers. My manager was off for leave for some time, and then they put me in charge as delegated, and it was during that time we were writing a report. Okay, now Our regional manager calls us
Yeah.
and calls me, Patrick, you know what? You need to come and finish up your regional your report, your your annual report for your program, and then we have it submitted. So I went. This man sat with me, gave me the DM&E specialist, sat with me. We went through the report. He left us to continue doing the work. So when he came back, he asked, how is this guy doing? And then the specialist told him, it's good. He understands, he knows what he's doing, you know. So, like, okay, no problem. So when we finished all that process and the report was finished and we handed in, then the regional manager told me, now you're ready to be a manager.
You are ready to be a manager.
You're ready to be a manager.
That's very interesting. So,
Okay.
in the path of becoming a manager,
Yeah.
before we run off for the break, I wanted us to discuss something. There's what they call shadowing.
Yeah.
There's the shadowing phase. Now, shadowing is when you sit with someone and he's taking you through a number of things. Now, should the upcoming manager be exposed to things like the difficulties, the budget cuts, conflict resolutions? Won't that shadowing phase disturb the intentions of the manager to discourage him from becoming a manager? Because these are hard decisions. Won't he realize these are very hard decisions? I don't think I'm ready to cut it out. What's your opinion on shadowing for some of these roles?
You know, most of the situations these days, or some of the situations, some people promote you for you to fail.
Some people say that again.
They
Patrick?
promote you to fail.
It's like a setup to fail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But that is not supposed to be.
So it's happening.
But it happens.
It happens.
It happens. And that's one of the reasons that the Manager Resource Center and the Manager's Clinic is there. Why do you promote someone to fail? Okay. Why promote someone to fail? You know, now where the shadowing may not be there is it's a new team. Okay. It's a new team. You just put them there. Okay. New team starting afresh. You don't have to shadow. You're just going to continue.
You just continue.
Because it's totally new setup. But where shadowing is good, they need to be taken into these processes, need to understand how to handle the conflicts, how to handle the budget cuts, you know, how to do all this other thing is you need to start delegating some of this. As the person is there, bring them into the conversations.
So that they realize.
So that they realize, you know, I can tell you there's a time most of, and this is something that goes to everyone, especially those who are not yet managers. They look at managers and they say, those guys are just seated behind those chairs and they just the laptop, you know, they're just on the laptop and they're actually doing nothing, you know, and they are paid more than that and the others. So one time what happens is I delegated this guy and I went. When I came back, do you know what the guy said? Get your job, get your title. I don't want to do it again. I don't want. You know, the guy like, I thought this thing was so simple to us. You guys are doing nothing. But man, that's too much stress. Okay?
He didn't want it all
He
of a sudden.
didn't know what it was. Like, we thought you're just wasting time. You're behind a laptop and your computers and you're doing nothing. You're just answering mails and doing nothing. But it was too much. And I'm like, no. So, you know, when you delegate, they get to understand what is it that the manager is supposed to actually do. Yeah. You get to understand. Involve them in those high-level strategic meetings.
I had a staff once would tell me, John, I don't like your things. I don't like your things. But I guess that's the journey. At this point, we would like to go in for a short break. And after that, we'll be jumping into a similar aspect on how does one test their authority when they're not yet a manager. Thank you very much. Welcome back, listeners. And again, this is the Manager's Clinic. I am called John, and I'll be your host today for the podcast. This is on Swavis Online Radio. On the topic today, we are looking at what is the pathway to becoming a manager. And in the first bit, we saw a number of steps on becoming a manager. You have to have the interest. You have to decide. You have to prepare those academic credentials. There are a number of steps that you have to look at if you're to become a manager. In the studio again, I'm with Patrick. Patrick, who is a management consultant. So, Patrick, continuing from our conversation,
Yep.
most times you have someone who's not in a managerial position, but eventually wants to become a manager. But you ask him to do something and he says, I can't do that. I'm not the manager.
Mhm.
How does an intending manager exercise authority without being a manager?
Let me take you back. I've told you I'm an author and I love writing.
Yeah.
Okay. So the time I joined work, employment, everything that I used to do, I'm in a workshop, I'll write my report for the workshop. I do an activity, I write an activity report and I send to my manager. Monthly reports, I do write them. Now, all these didn't have templates. So I made my own templates to get this work
So
done.
you're saying there's a bit of creativity, innovation
Yeah.
in the things that you're actually doing.
Yes. So I kept
Okay.
on doing this.
Yeah.
I kept on doing this over and over again. You know, month 1, 2, 3, 1 year. That there was a time when a staff meeting and my manager tells everyone, but you people, you don't write reports.
Yeah.
Okay? Go to Patrick. Let Patrick show you guys how to write reports. And I'm like, oh. So I'm the go-to person in report what? Report writing. So I'm an authority now in report writing. Okay? So people take me with someone
You're not a manager, but you're doing certain key things that are
that are
managerial.
very vital that people need and should be having.
Okay.
Okay? So things like report writing. It gives you
All right.
authority.
So report writing.
Okay.
What else?
So
can
the
someone,
whole gist is, what are you good at?
So you capitalize on things that you're good at.
You're good at, but yet they're critical for the role of the manager. Okay.
If you like conducting meetings, conduct
the meetings. They will see you.
Okay.
Okay.
So don't just sit there and relax
Don't just
and
sit there.
wait to be noticed.
Don't.
Do things that will create notice.
The more you do that, I tell you, the more you're getting authority. And people are going to start talking about you in the different places. I can tell you people talked about me. They used to talk about me in places I was
So
not
you put
in.
yourself in the limelight.
Put in.
You were creating a brand, knowingly or not knowingly.
I'll tell you, there was this interesting employee, one of our employee, she joined this organization, but in her workplace, she hears the name Patrick being talked about. And I quiz this Patrick, but I was not in their program, I was in a different program. And they're like, is this guy called Patrick? So everything, something was around what? Around Patrick. So one time we have a meeting, a regional meeting, and all of us I called too. And guess what? This lady is also there, and she wants to know, who is this Patrick guy? So as I enter in, I have my laptop, my shoulder, and I'm just walking. I'm just this normal guy. You can't even think he has anything good in him, in his mind, his thinking, and the others. So as I walk in, then they tell him, oh, that's Patrick. Like, what's special with that guy?
What's special with him?
There's nothing special with that guy. You look at him, even the way he's walking, the way he's what. There's nothing extraordinary. What? Now, when the meeting is beginning, the manager, the regional manager, tells, you know what, you need someone to take the minutes of this meeting. And they turns to me and like, Patrick, you're going to take the minutes.
The lady should have been shocked.
They're like, even now they want to tell him to take minutes? What is so special with this guy? So me, I take the minutes and everything. When I'm done with the minutes, I shared the minutes to each and everyone that was in. Now, the time I shared the minutes, that's when it hit her and said, wow.
It hit her because she saw something
She saw
different?
Quality
Quality.
in the minutes. the
She
way
saw
it was
quality.
organized, the capturing of the things and everything. And then it's hit us like, okay, this guy actually has something. Okay. She actually told me this story after some time when their program was now under my leadership.
So basically, Patrick, you're saying someone can exercise authority without even being there.
You
through
don't
their
need to.
deeds, through the quality of their work, through some of the attributes.
Sure.
So I just want to land into something else, and this is what we usually see a lot in workplaces. For this purpose, I'll call it possibly the accidental promotion. Someone is very technical, so he's being technical. He's then promoted to a manager.
It's everywhere.
In promoting him to a manager, he becomes, from the good employee that he was, he becomes a very, very horrible manager. So this is some kind of malpractice, if we're to use our clinic terms here. It's some kind of malpractice in corporate hiring. How would you advise employers or recruiters to avoid this kind of malpractice? Because they certainly ruin the very, very good employee that he was, and he becomes a horrible manager. Then we're now blaming him. How can that be circumvented?
I've read and somewhere, I think the Gallup report, and it says 82% of people have been placed into management, and yet they are not supposed to be.
82% are placed into management,
and yet they're not supposed
to be. That's very serious.
And that's why the manager resource center is there
to address some of those issues.
Yes.
So what should then be done?
One, what are the characteristics of a manager? We've talked about the qualities of a manager. Are they empathetic? Are they people-centric? Okay. Now, what's supposed to happen is the recruitment needs to change. The recruitment needs to change. The way they
details
recruit.
are in the recruitment process.
The details in there.
The requirements.
It's now supposed to be the human aspect, the people-centric, that has put in there. The attributes, okay, has to change.
So at that point in the recruitment, is it a 70, 30, 60, 40?
Yeah.
That is the human aspect versus the technical.
What percentage? The 70-30, it actually is supposed to be 70-30. 70 human, 30 technical.
Because you're a manager.
Because you're a manager. Because I'm dealing with people. And people are the one who make the systems run, make the structures run, make the work be done, it's about it. But most of it people are looking at the other way around, the technical. So you get me a technical when I don't have people skills. What am I going to do? So that's why sometimes we promote people to fail.
So basically that person will be promoted and is going to fail because first of all, you've recruited wrongly. He's more technical than managerial, so he's bound to fail. So
if you want to redeem that situation, please institute, let there be a management or leadership program, okay, for every new manager that comes on board, and that would help, because then you're going to impact the skills, the attributes that a manager requires. And those are some of the things as the manager resource center, that's our specialty. We love to do that. We do a lot of that, And the other thing is, what are the succession plan and strategy that you have? Okay.
I guess we'll be jumping into one of those in the episodes coming. But at this point, I would like to ask Patrick, there's what we refer to as a safety net. Here is a situation. This person longed to be a manager.
Yeah.
He is now a manager. But then realizes, management is not for me. How do you create a safety net, remove that person from management without humiliation, without demotivation, without some kind of demotion, and without showing that this person is actually a failure? How do you do that?
One of the things is, previously I've just talked about the leadership and management program. Okay, enroll these guys, all this person into the leadership and management program, so that they really see. Because you may feel like, I actually don't want, I don't want, but he hasn't yet gone through the training. That training can easily open up their eyes and say, oh, okay, I think actually if I develop these skills of mine, I'm actually going to be ready to be the best manager that my people will ever have. But if he still goes on and says, you know what, I think that is not my thing, even after the training and all that, you know, create another path for them. Okay? Create another path whereby their skills can be
utilized
Yes,
instead of throwing the guy out.
because we know a manager.
He's a failure already.
Do you know that a manager is a generalist and it's not a specialist, a jack of all trades, but
Yeah,
a specialist of none.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So this person wants to be a specialist in his field. Okay, take him there. Okay, maybe he's a good communicator. Give him as the PRO for the organization. Okay,
So you kind of make a reassessment.
you do a
of their
reassessment.
competencies.
Yep, and then you
let him
fit him there
accordingly.
Yes.
Okay, this is very, very interesting. Now, we do have people who don't want to ever become managers, but they're good performers. What would you do with some of those people? The individual contributors. He's doing so well, he doesn't want to become a manager. How do we build a path for some of those people? What path would they take? How would you advise those people?
One, if there's positions that cannot be created for them, okay, you could have projects, special projects.
Special projects?
Yes.
Instead of redesigning a whole organization structure or structure for the department,
get them in,
to accommodate them.
Get them special projects that are actually aligned to their interest, and get them there. They can actually be on the same pay, but special projects for them. Okay, keep them in that position because you need them. They're valuable, they're skilled, they're technical, you know, and that's a skill the organization. If you lose, then you're going to find a hard time to replace them. But then again, you can also do the secondment. Okay, take them to another branch so that they don't feel lost. Okay, but they can go there, learn more, and can come back. Yes, teach others and come back. Yes,
or you can learn them into learning and development, start teaching them skills that they have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you can even add them much more responsibilities than what they're doing. That incorporates their skills, and their expertise. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as we conclude this second episode, Patrick, just one last question and something for deliberation. Lately, we are seeing more of a fractional managers. And this seems to be relating to a phase away of the traditional pathway for becoming a manager, towards becoming a manager. What's happening? Is that a realistic approach to what's happening? And will the pathway phase away because of the fractional aspect or the interim managerial aspect?
You see, for the public sector, for the public institutions, okay, they have well-defined, if you take our case, they have well-defined salary scales.
Yeah, the public sector is very organized.
They're much more stable.
Streamlined, yeah.
Okay? Stability for their jobs, you know? And like in a country where we are right now is someone like, if I get a government job, it's for what? It's for until I retire, until I get out of the what? Of the system. But now, you see now this other talk of the fractional one, when it's profit, okay?
It's profits.
It's about profit. It's about maximizing profit.
No stories.
The question is, why should I have you do that role for a long period of time than outsource it? Why don't I outsource it? I outsource it,
get the expert,
and I'm not going to be
closes the
paying.
task.
I'm not going to be paying you like your benefit. Okay,
It's target based.
it's target based. Give it to me. Get out. Okay. When we are not so busy, I'm not paying someone. I pay you, you come and do the exact my work.
All right. Thank you so much. Patrick, just your parting remarks on what advice, just in 1 minute, what advice would you give to someone out there? You want to become a manager? What advice would you give that person? What should they look out for? Just in under 1 minute.
As a manager, if you want to aspire to be a manager, know that there are certain traits that you really need to develop, and most especially the people skills. You need to have them intact so that you become a much better manager, because you need to care about the people that you lead. If you don't care about the people that you lead, then you're going to be having a hard time. And as the manager resource center, as the manager clinic here, this is our kind of work that we actually do. So we call upon you to get in touch with us in the different platform, in our social media platform, in LinkedIn. Get the manager resource center, it's there. Get to us, the Facebook pages. We also have the manager resource center in there. Get to us as well.
Okay.
Get to the managercenter.com.
They'll
Okay,
get you there.
you'll get us there. Send us an email on info@managercenter.com. You'll get us there. But the most easiest as well, as fastest way, is to just call us or send us a
Phone line.
WhatsApp on 0776
Yep.
521 701, and you'll get served
All
there
right.
and then. So
Thank
you very
so
much.
Thank you so much, Patrick. And this has been a very wonderful session. And to the listeners out there, again, this is John for today. This is our podcast, The Manager's Clinic, airing on the Swavis Radio, 10 a.m. every Saturday. Please be ready to tune in for the next Saturday session. Thank you so much.